the great vacation destinations in the entire land. Today, Camping World Stadium as a couple of teams square off for a chance to win the Pop-Tart Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tar Heels offense will have first crack at this one. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a double.
And it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
One thing you know about this defense, they have got a pass rush. You cannot be predictable, especially when it comes to throwing the football. There is too much athleticism and length up front on this defensive line and in their front 7. And they register a sack early here on only the second play of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So the quarterback stood in there and took that hit, and it pays off with a roughing the passer penalty and a first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. The screen, and watch out. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He's got it. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. 3rd down coming up after that completion. He's looking downfield to throw. Oh, they're after him. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. The Tar Heels will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys offense has its first opportunity of the day. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right?
There he goes! Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hauls it in. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Cowboys can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. We'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. And the Cowboys are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll sneak it.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Looking left. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
The Cowboys decide to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the 3rd possession is the charm. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. 2nd down coming up. Wants to go up top. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the Tar Heels will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch, called for and made. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got...
It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football, trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
guys, we'll get another look at this offense. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more.
Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. It's complete. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll go back to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Tar Heels have pushed it inside the 20. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, UNC!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snags it quickly on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They had the 1st down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds a tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Hunt is on its way. Now on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Quick release by the QB. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. And the Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. Looking downfield on 1st down. Right on the money. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. He wants to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, and I'd give back that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Breaks into the open. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. And the Cowboys in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Got stuffed on first down. It's second and 10. Back to pass. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. The Cowboys are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Working that left side now. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll keep it on the sneak.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo. You're seeing them now go hurry.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
PAT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tar Heels will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner will be brought down. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Finds his tight end. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. The Cowboys come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Pulls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Now on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. It's complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And they did tack on the extra point. So that drive covered just 44 yards. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Let's see what they've got on second down. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Snap from the gun on third down. He's got his man. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misspot. Lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Tar Heels send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the starter.
Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. And the Tar Heels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quick completion on the out. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll try the run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Makes the catch. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's...
Touchdown, North Carolina! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Got enough for the first. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Looking to throw on first down. Caught. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. To the air on 2nd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Beard. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. They'll bring it back from inside his 5, and the returner will be knocked down. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, 2 quarters down in the Pop-Tart Bowl. A couple of teams who battled their way here into bowl season looking to bring home some hardware. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Pop-Tart Bowl.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Hold and finds his man on the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run play action. He's got an open man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. He'll keep it himself. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover. They were rolling with the option, and the quarterback kept it, but he couldn't hang on to the football.
I'm impressed with this defense. They are locked in and defending the option right now. Guys are playing assignment football, and they're just doing a great job with their eye discipline. They saw the QB pull that ball. They knew exactly who had it. They got to him and created the turnover.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Out of the gun, the inside give.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job of handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Trying play action. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Looking for more room. Inside the touchdown. Oklahoma State. The defense gets it done with a huge interception return. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal.
Personal foul. Roughing the kick. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They punted away on 4th down. No fair catches here, looking for room. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, the one thing we know about this defense is they've got some exotic looks, and they're not afraid to bring pressure from the 2nd level. That time they brought the free safety, and he was able to get home and sack the quarterback.
And the Cowboys will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got it. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from... And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Line Lining up to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw again. Fires it incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Fires to the big fella. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Tar Heels are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Into the end zone. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. First and 10 from their own 1, and they really need to create some breathing room. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. And some room to work.
Returner is tackled down at the 36, and your North Carolina Tar Heels will take over first and 10.
They'll run the counter. Find some fresh air. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. They'll give it to him again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Soft spot in the middle. And they'll knock him down. Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. The Tar Heels are marching down the field. Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Wants to go up top on first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun, running back on the move. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Handoff from the gun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They're facing a third down. Off play action. And they're not on the same page there. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw it big? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. On the ground with the counter. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, UNC! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. From the gun, looking for a man. Bringing the heat. Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the 2-point try.
North Carolina, 29. Oklahoma State, 24.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Handoff to the lone back. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Cowboys with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cowboys are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one.
And that's massive. All the pressure on your defense now. You've made the field goal. You've got to get the ball back. You need one more kick. That's what you need. And so the defense has to be ready to take the field right now, play with intensity, play with energy, and get it back to the offense quickly.
And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. Taking it the other way. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back.
Offense will take that. 3-5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. They've got the screen set up. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
To the ground. He's got it again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. He's got him. No chance to run, but still a good game. The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Man, let's not make football hard. Quarterback sneak has worked, and it continues to work. Keep using it until they stop it on those short yardage plays.
The give out of the gun. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. And the Tar Heels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. QB draw. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that right there, probably the biggest play in this game so far. The offense has the lead, and they're just trying to run the football to run this clock out. But the defense able to knock it out, jump on it. Now all of a sudden, this game has a completely different feel.
Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying.
The Cowboys have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls and fires complete. Finds a crease at the 20. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And the Cowboys will hustle to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
They'll move the tight end. Finds his man. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. The Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Makes a man miss. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short. Looking for a crease. It's Beard. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. And the Cowboys line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. They're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Finds the tight end. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. It's caught. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Wide open downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. A little sports history, David. Upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset. This team was unranked, beat a ranked team. But You went out and got your respect. You gained it now. Let's build on this throughout the season. One win, great win. Now let's go ahead and build some momentum in the future.
Reese, some might say you're not a one-trick pony with that reference. And obviously, this was the team, the unranked team, that had the horses to get this thing done. Too much firepower, just too much explosiveness on offense, great defense. What a tremendous win.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.